Hello and welcome back. We're in a different location. We're in my kitchen. Hi. I'm cleaning. And everything's a mess, so please forgive me, but we need to talk about this and I have a lot to say. So that's why we're filming here and I'm on camera today. So let's talk. My name is Will, I'm the host of the Board Book Geek, and there's been a recent targeted campaign about people who dislike Disney Star Wars. It obviously, in my opinion, allegedly, whatever legal coding you want to use, came from higher ups. It was to do, like, there was a manifesto and everything, and now Star Wars theory has been thrown under the bus yet again, because he is one of the big, if not the biggest Star Wars channel on the internet. Good guy, I like him. He knows nothing about me. I've watched his content since he started. This is where we kind of go down this rabbit hole. Don't forget, like, sub, do the usual, and if you want exclusive and early access to content, please consider joining my Patreon and becoming a channel member, because, hi, I'm worth a cup of coffee, right? But this is where everything falls apart, my opinion. Disney are yet to recoup the losses on what they created, what they paid for. They paid a hell of a lot of money for Star Wars, the IP, and LucasArts, and they have not made that money back. They keep hiring directors and writers who are more concerned diversity, inclusion and equity than actually writing a good Star Wars show. Self-insert Mary Sue characters and Gary Sues as well. Shows aimed at shippers and fanfic writers. Disney have done some good stuff though. I mean, let's talk about that. Disney have done some really good stuff. Rogue One, despite a major character, an annoying character, it was actually a very good film, and it was what a prequel should be. Then, let's talk about this one. We have the first season of The Mandalorian. I think that is fantastic, and the second season was actually very good, and then it just kind of went downhill. It should have maybe just been a mini-series. Disney don't know what they're doing, and they're just throwing mud at the wall, and they won't let The Rise of Skywalker or The Last Jedi just die. And I didn't mind The Force Awakens at all. I didn't mind that movie. I didn't think it was great, though. My God, I didn't think it was great. But I didn't mind it. I think it had potential, and then everything was just throwing mud at the wall, different people involved, directors going in and out. And you know, Disney told an actress not to do what she was doing online, but she did it anyway, and the diss track was just funny. Like, there's noise. Like, as someone who has been a Star Wars fan since he was Christmas 1995, I got the VHS tapes, I still have them. I'm gonna say this. Disney are in this position where they've done so much crap, so much damage to the license, so much stuff. You've got Kathleen Kennedy, who is complete and utter joke at this point. Put a chick in it, make it gay. Disney, even if they did something amazing right now, would be... no one would engage with it because there's too much bad blood behind there. And then this sort of targeted harassment campaign where they cried wolf when YouTube said these videos don't violate anything. At the end of the day, the people that did this, who shall remain nameless, and one of them perved over my friend's very underage daughter, decided to... what's the word I'm looking for? Now they're looking at going after advertisers and all of this. Like, this is against TSO for every channel. And I'm also going to put this one out there. It's very, very rare that channels on YouTube, especially sort of big ones that prop up certain corporations, grow organically. These channels are created, and there is obviously marketing, there's obviously people behind the scenes who push these channels up, because you can pay for views. You can pay for it. It exists. It's not a big concept. But yeah. Fandoms have always been weird, and I do, like, all of this stuff has been going on for decades at this point, but there is a side of a fandom where everything has to be positive, everything has to be happy, we must praise everything because our High Lord's an evil corporation that will cut all the gay scenes out of a movie and put them for different markets such as China, and yet make a Pride video. Disney are extortionately hypocrites, and that's it. That's it. Disney are hypocrites, and they're losing money. You've got this tension over Snow White, you've got MCU failures, the drama with Ryan Reynolds. By the way, Deadpool was brilliant, and I'm really upset we're not getting the extended edition because screw Iger, screw Brie Larson, and screw the other chick that played She-Hulk badly and twerked. Talentless. And the irony is, and I'm going to put this one out there, and in Marvel anyway, but I've seen Brie Larson in movies. She can act. Who's writing this crap? Disney have made a rod for their own back because they're unwilling to tell the story that the fans want. Destroying characters, the legacy, the grumpy old man trope, the female know-it-all that saves the day. Women aren't saving your things. Men aren't, going by the few that you hire. And didn't Disney get outed that they won't hire white men at all? And they fired an actor or didn't hire an actor because he looked too white, even though he was mixed. People shilling for this company are just retarded at this point. Like, there's nothing there. There's hypocritical. And people are so willing to brush things like that under a rug because everything has to be positive and happy. Rings of Power fans come to my mind. Everything has to be positive and happy, and any negativity is seen for attention seeking or profiting, because how dare you make money on YouTube? Going after people's livelihoods, especially on certain channels. And I'm going to add this one to the mix. There are certain channels that are so big, even if you got them taken off of YouTube, they'll just go somewhere else and they'll take the audience with them. At the end of the day, these are profit-making organisations, and allegedly YouTube bleeds a lot of money. So they need as much as they can get. My God, there are people today. As someone that has been accused of making lots of money on YouTube, which I find hilarious, like, I've said this many times and no one listens to me. What I make on YouTube wouldn't cover my gas bill every month. The reason most YouTubers want to get monetized is to try and give your videos a push in the algorithm. That's it. It does give you a push, allegedly. I've not seen it. Maybe like 2% or something, but I've really not seen it. Star Wars died a long time ago. It's a false ghost of its former self. It's now badly written fan fiction that steals from the Legends timeline and canon and continuity, all for the sake of DEI, feminism, and all of this crap. Can we just have a good story? You can do all this stuff and do it organically and brilliantly. Like, I might be pale, but hi, there's enough Mexican in me, and on my US documentation I'm classed as Hispanic. So that's a thing. It's not my fault Dad ran out of toner. But this space, like, creator spaces are toxic as hell, and having been in creator spaces, and still am in some of them, I can tell you that from here, from my chest, there are a lot of people that it's all about the money, it's all about noise, it's all about, you know, being seen and getting in bed with these corporations and selling yourself. Internet prostitution. That's basically what it is at that point. And I get it, we all need to eat. But there are people that would be willing to sell their mothers. Like, the whole thing is just noise and background, and it's very clear that a lot of these big Star Wars channels that are very in bed with Disney only care about the money. I don't think half of them even believe what they're saying, and I will never take money for a review, and I think that's a good thing to do, and I've got offered money to do reviews, but there have always been so many caveats that I refuse to do it. My opinion has to be positive. I've had publishers send me books that I don't even have to read, and they send you a template for the review. I don't review those. The thing is, people are going to have negative opinions. People are going to have not like an actress or an actor, and this weird blurred line between an actor and the character they're playing. And people have done this for years, but it seems to have got worse, that in fandom spaces, that actor becomes a centre point of everything. It becomes... there is no separation between the character and the actor and the character have to be one and the same, and it's not healthy. Like, get a therapist. Let's be honest. At the end of the day, Disney screwed up. Disney have lost money. And just to remind you people, before you get all upset, The Acolyte was cancelled for a simple reason. No one watched it. Expensive show. It's not 1997 anymore. It's not the first season of Buffy. Things have to make money on these streaming services, and when these shows have budgets that are ridiculous, where you could live in I mean, you could feed a small third world country for some of these budgets. Yeah, if you only want positivity, it's a sign of a weak mind. If you deny simple facts, it's a sign of a weak mind. And just watching the fallout from this, I get the feeling there's going to be lawyers involved. But Disney screwed up. They're not the saviours of all these IPs, and maybe Star Wars should have just been those 6 movies, an occasional TV series. Maybe, as someone who loves those 6 movies and have watched them repeatedly and own them on multiple formats, maybe when you create something that isn't necessarily yours, you've bought an IP, you're involved, maybe you should just respect the audience. Don't tell them not to watch because if they don't like it. Because people might actually give it a chance as well. So many people, it's like, oh, don't watch it. We don't want these people watching it if they don't like us. Well, that's going to make people switch off immediately. When the normies are switching off, you know there's a problem. It's not that difficult. And watching these people on the internet profiting off of hate, you can criticise the media you consume. Good faith actors making hate content for profit. Again, you can criticise media you can consume, and people, a lot of these channels and a lot of these places that started this are just jealous. They're not getting the reach, even with all this paid for advertising and being in bed with the corporation. People vote with their view time, their watches, and countless other things. It's not that difficult a concept. So, Star Wars is dead. Disney killed it. Like subdue the usual. And let's mourn the false ghost of something that was once amazing.